Good morning, everyone. I'm at Shukkeien Garden in Hiroshima, Japan. And it is a beautiful autumn day. And today is a national holiday in Japan called Bunka-no-Hi. So it's free entry to come into this beautiful Hiroshima City Center garden today. They're having a flower exhibit over there. I'll show you at the end when I go and get my Japanese tea and my Japanese sweets at the end. It's a beautiful stone lantern here next to the tea house. Doesn't look like there's tea ceremonies going on quite yet. Beautiful day. They're enjoying feeding the carp. Carp are always happy to see visitors who bring the fish food, right? Beautiful autumn sky today. Blue sky, white puffy clouds. Looks like we have good connection today. Wonderful. I just passed by the landscapers working hard, keeping this garden so beautiful. Let me give you a little view around. This is the center of the pond, ornamental bridge, and the crazy carp. Oh my goodness. I love the colors. 楽しいね。
楽しいね。おはよう。
おはよう。
おはよう。あ、まさこおはよう。
おはよ
おはよう。おはよう。
う。Shy. So we'll walk around. There are some stunning trees around. On this side, you can see a little viewing resting platform and some autumn colors over there. We still have a ways to go for autumn colors in this area of Japan. In the north, it looks like some of my friends who live in the north of Japan, they already have the falling yellow ginkgo trees. We are just starting to see the ginkgos change color here. It's nice, even in winter in Hiroshima, we can still see lots of colors, beautiful flowers throughout the year. You can see the ducks in the middle, and the crane. Let me see if I can zoom in. The crane on that little island in the middle. And ducks over here. Nice and quiet, even though it's free entry today. I like how they wrap the trees with straw. Is it for protection or just decoration? Maybe both. There is a survivor tree here. Of course, this garden was originally built in the 1600s, 1620, I believe, and then destroyed in the A-bomb, of course, like most things in Hiroshima City in 1945, but then rebuilt so beautifully And there are some trees here which are from the original gardens that everyone thought were destroyed and they came back. Let me see if I can find some of the survivor trees because they would have this special plaque. No problem. 大丈夫です。すいません。被爆樹木の木はどの辺がありますか？
私が知っているのは、over there,
はい。
left side,
Okay.
walking, turn the left, walking.
Okay. Thank you. 銀行？なんという木ですか？種類？
案内しましょう。
ありがとう。He's giving me a tour to where the survivor tree is. So nice. The momiji is so beautiful. Momiji mo kirei ne. So sweet. Speaks a bit of English. No, your English is very good. Thank you. Oh, he's really going out of his way to show us. Very sweet. 2 minutes. Okay. This is one of Hiroshima's main rivers on the side here outside the gate. Peace cranes. Symbol of Hiroshima for future peace. He's walking fast. Gozaimasu. Hi, Louise. I'm going to find one of the survivor trees in the garden. I have a guide. One of the landscapers is showing me one of the survivor trees here. And he's a fast walker, so I'm trying to keep up. I'm in Hiroshima City Center. Yeah, so survivor, right? Over here. Oh, this one. Wow. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimasu. So he took me all the way over to the edge of the garden here next to the river. And this is one of the survivor trees. They usually have a plaque on them, which show their survivor status. Oh, you missed visiting Hiroshima? Hi, Adam. Nice to see you here. There's a beautiful tree the landscaper just showed me, which is one of the survivors that came back after the bombing. You can see how it's bending. Some of the trees bend towards the epicenter and some bend away. Hey, great to see you here from Australia. Wonderful. Such a beautiful tree. Aren't trees amazing? How they come back even after an atomic bomb, and they gave people in Hiroshima so much hope for the future when the trees started to grow back after such a devastating event. Gorgeous little tea house over here. So since he took me to this edge of the garden, I'll explore this area first. Beautiful straw roof, traditional straw roof. When I visited Kamikatsu, the zero waste town, I went to one of these old straw roof traditional houses. And they said they have to rebuild the roof once every 4 years. So they usually concentrate on rebuilding one side once every 4 years and alternate because it's such a lot of work. And it's hard to find people who know how to do it. You can see the straw here under the eaves. There's a special kind of straw that they use. Thanks for the award, Louise. Nice of you. Always appreciated. Gorgeous. And we're right next to one of Hiroshima's main rivers. So sometimes when we're walking through Shukkeien Garden, you can see the kayakers and stand-up and paddlers going up and down the river. There's also river cruises, boats, and river taxi. A little waterfall here. I love the different shades you can find of the tree on there. The one in my garden is turning like a auburn color. I see some of the trees here turning different autumn shades as well. This isn't a really big garden, but it's so wonderful to have such a nice traditional garden of a decent size in central Hiroshima. So this is actually really near Hiroshima Station. So it's easy to walk here from Hiroshima Shinkansen bullet train station or regular JR train. This is used to be a water pool. Water pipes were originally installed to get water from Shimizudani Gorge of Mount Ushita during the reign of Asano Shigeakira, the 7th domain lord. But the system suffered water shortage and pipe damage. The pool was made for water to be supplied to Hakuryusen, fountain of the wash basin at Chosen-kyo Palace. There's a lot of details there. I'm not sure I can remember it all, but for history buffs, you can follow the QR code and see more information. You can see the pond, the green water of the pond below. So we're making our way around on this edge of the path. Can you hear the birds? From Peace Park. So, Adam, good question. I always recommend that if it's a nice day and you arrive in Hiroshima at the station, try to get a locker for your bag, your big bag. And you can walk to here, Shukkeien Garden. It's about 20-minute walk from the station. Or you can rent bicycles. There's rental bicycles, and then that would be less than 10 minutes. And then from here, it's only another 10 minutes by bicycle or 20 minutes walking to Peace Park. Hiroshima is a very walkable city. It's easy to walk around from the station to the shopping area. We also have streetcars, buses, rental bicycles. But I love walking around. It's so easy to walk around. You can also rent a sup board or a kayak and travel around by river. Now, just to point out, on the right here, these trees, which have no leaves at the moment, are Sakura trees. So in spring, if you're planning to come to Japan in March, perfect timing. You can see the Sakura trees, and a little bit earlier, you can see the ume blossoms, the plum blossoms, the bright pink or bright white blossoms, and they have a beautiful area here to enjoy in spring. I can see one of the ginkgo trees over there, just a splash of yellow. You're welcome, madam. So making our way back to the main pond. And right behind this house, little house here, is one of Hiroshima's biggest art galleries. So because today is Bunka-no-Hi, Culture Day, I was planning to go to the museum. But of course, such a beautiful day, I have to come and enjoy this garden. Such a special place. My day is going good. Thanks for asking. Give you a little view from this side. Oh, you can see some of the fish jumping. Look up and see the momiji trees, the maple. Some are changing color. You can see the reflection of the water in the lower branches. Love it. Yeah, close to the prison. I shared some photos from around the prison. There's a beautiful painted wall that surrounds the prison in Hiroshima City, and it's beautiful. It's so strange to have such a gorgeous prison wall. But I haven't done live streaming there. I don't think I would be allowed for security reasons, perhaps. Anyway, maybe it's okay. I'll have to ask. Heading up the path. See the mossy ground on the side. Love this moss. Keeps everything nice and cool and beautiful. A stone lantern. Stone lantern also covered in moss. Isn't that gorgeous? And you can go that way if you're going toward the museum. Oh, we're coming up to some great colors here. More straw-wrapped trees on the hill. This is a great viewpoint for the ornamental bridge in the middle. Through the autumn colors. Gorgeous. See another bridge over there. Sean, thanks for joining. Yeah, it is so peaceful. Even though it's free entry to this garden today because it's a national holiday, Bunka-no-Hi, which means Culture Day. So they allow you to come in this garden for free. It's not much. Usually it's only a couple dollars to come in. But it's always nice to get free access. So I expected it to be a lot busier. Coming up to a beautiful red bridge around the bend. Sometimes I can see the turtles as well. I don't see any turtles this morning. I've seen the crane and the koi fish. It's a beautiful wooden bridge coming up, and then a red bridge beyond it. There's traditional Japanese gardens all over the world, but they really do it the best in Japan. I've been to some beautiful Japanese gardens, though, in Australia, in America. Nice they export this garden culture. They might export some Japanese landscapers, too. Banzai wash basin. This name is given to the natural stone. Used to be a wash basin. From Shimizudani Gorge. The water sprang as if from a real fountain, it says. The photo spot. Thank you, Fee. If you're going to sit, you should take off your shoes, but I'm not going to sit kneeling, so I don't need to. My goodness, the fish are really jumping this morning. They must have had lots of food from the visitors. It's a shame some construction has started, but you can still hear the waterfalls and the birds. You can see the tea house there. You can see the bridge. This is the most famous view from this pavilion here. You can see all the way around the garden. Cranes on a little island in the middle. Jumping fish, ducks, autumn colors. What a gorgeous day. I'll walk past the flower exhibit. I love these old stone lanterns. Aren't they gorgeous? Fan. All these yellow flowers are so pretty. A little boat parked there. It's probably easier to maintain some of the garden with a boat. That red bridge, right? Isn't that beautiful? So many of these gorgeous red bridges in Japanese gardens. Love that contrast between the red structure, the red architecture, the red bridge, culture, tradition, and the green, lush trees and natural view. It's fantastic. I'm going to go back through with my camera, take some photos. Such a gorgeous day. Almost at the entrance again. I missed out on the other end, so I'll head over there. There's a big carp here. Yeah, the wrapping around the trees. I wonder, I've asked this before, I wonder if it's functional as well as ornamental. So it definitely adds beauty to the gardens when they wrap the trees. I've heard it can be a blessing because straw is often used as a blessing. You would see straw hanging from the torii gates in front of a shrine, for example. But yeah, one here. But it's also so beautiful, isn't it? And it might have some function as well to keep rodents off, to keep deer from eating the bark? I've heard a few different versions, but I love it too. So much better than in some countries you might, or even in Japan, sometimes you might see the metal bands around the trees. But in traditional places like this, you see the straw. They're having a ceremony inside the tea room. Everybody's dressed in beautiful kimono. Lovely. They have the door open, but I'm not sure allowed to film, so I'll move on. So I'm passing by the flower exhibit today. Special exhibit now. So here's a little information plaque. That's what it looked like right after the bombing in 1945. So originally designed 1620 by Soko Ueda, and then it had to be completely rebuilt in 1945 after the city was attacked with the atomic bomb. Let's see some of these flowers. So this area is also really good to come in spring. They have beautiful sakura blossom on the trees, but not now in autumn or winter. But look at these flowers, they're so pretty. Special flower exhibit. So many wonderful florists in Japan. They take flowers and plants very seriously and do it so well, so beautifully. Let's go to the end of the pond, the end of the garden, and then I'll sign off. Just a few more minutes. So wonderful you guys could join. Such a gorgeous day. Sometimes when I plan these walk and talk videos, you never know if the weather is going to be any good. But it really worked out today. Beautiful. Another little viewing pavilion with a straw roof. Beautiful wooden bridge we're going to go across. There's a special word in Japanese for when the light comes through the trees. Makes a special dappled light view. And the word escapes me right now. Have to look it up. Oh, my favorite. Some red momiji leaves here. I have to go and show you. This is my absolute favorite view in autumn. The momiji, Japanese maple, red, green, and yellow. The light coming through. So beautiful. What a gorgeous spot. おはようございます。These two photographers considering where to set up. Komorebi. Yes. Thank you. Komorebi. It's a wonderful word, isn't it? Last view of the garden from this side. Oh, it's such a beautiful garden. Anyone who visits Hiroshima should definitely come and visit any time of year. It's always beautiful. Ohayou gozaimasu.
はい、わかります。
絵を描くんですか？
はい、書きますよ。
So he's going to do a painting. He's setting up here in this beautiful spot.
この絵を。
この場所ですか？
うん。
So he's going to paint this viewing pavilion and the autumn colors today. あ、そうですか？So he said he's tried before. Oh, 綺麗。ちょっと見ていいですか？
は
So he's done the sketching so far. Beautiful. Kuma-san.
い。はい。熊さんね。
Kuma-san.
はい。
His pen name is Kuma, like a bear.
熊の。はい。
Bear. Bear と関係ある？ありがとうございます。
はい。
So he's gonna continue his beautiful sketch. So these are the far side hills here. Love those rolling hills. Gorgeous. And more of the straw covered trees. Oh, I should ask him. I should ask the landscaper. They know for sure. And there's more artists setting up on the hill up there, sketching or painting. I thought they were photographers setting up their tripod and camera, but they're setting up their easel. It's awesome. So this is the Yuenjo, rice field. It is said that in this small area, the feudal lord used to plant rice and pray for bumper crops for the years. So they used to grow plant. You can see there's a small rice tumble there. It's really small, but it's more just for the entertainment of planting rice, and then supposed to signify a good bumper crop for all of Hiroshima. That makes sense. All right, I'm gonna go up here. Haven't been up here yet. And then I'll sign off. It's wonderful you guys could join today. We had a good group. We had good broadband, yes. Here we go, giant Giggle tree, and it's not even yellow yet. So this is the only tree that survived the atomic bombing in 1945 in the garden, but its branches and twigs were actually cut off because it was slanted by the atomic blast. It stands 17 meters high, 4-meter trunk circumference, estimated to be 200 years old. So I will have to come back and see it when the leaves turn yellow soon. So this is a beautiful survivor ginkgo tree. I had heard from Green Legacy Hiroshima, the group that collects seeds from survivor trees and sends it to war-torn places around the world in hopes that they can grow trees that'll help them have hope for a more peaceful future. Isn't that a lovely activity? Seems like a perfect place. Oh my gosh, such a big, beautiful tree. I'm glad I saw that. Okay, I'll walk down so we can have one more view of the gardens. Here's the river next to the gardens where you might see kayakers or boat tours. There haven't been many tourists, so we don't see many boat tours recently. But hopefully restrictions for entry are easing now that people are vaccinated and can enter more easily. I think we will see international visitors allowed to come in from next spring. So if you do come to Japan, definitely come and visit Hiroshima and come to Shukkeien Gardens, not far from the station. All right, I'm just heading down to show one last view of the central pond and sign off. So this is the viewing pavilion that the artists are drawing. Hi, Dave in Osaka. Great to see you. Yeah, Louise, start saving up. I would love to see you here in Japan in spring next year. Everyone taking their shoes off. Yeah, happy Culture Day. There's free entry to this beautiful Shukkeien Garden because of today being a national holiday, Bunka-no-Hi Culture Day. Sumimasen. Arigato. This is the central view. Beautiful reflections. Some beautiful autumn colors and still more autumn colors to go. I'll come back in a week and see the yellows of the ginkgo trees as they turn as well. Oh, another artist is set up here. Doing a sketch of the central bridge. Nothing more beautiful than a Japanese garden. Thanks, Louise. It's wonderful you could join. I enjoy so many of your beautiful tours in New Zealand. If anybody wants amazing tours of New Zealand, follow Louise Poppy, and amazing tours all around Japan with Dave in Osaka. Both of you are doing so much. All right, almost back at the center. And getting a bit busier. Ah, you're welcome, Dave. You always do so much. I'm humbled humbled by all you and Louise do. I'll just turn it around to say goodbye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining this tour of Shukkeien Gardens today. Such a beautiful place here in Hiroshima City Center, not far from Hiroshima Station. So if you do come and visit Japan and visit Hiroshima, definitely walk less than 20 minutes and you'll be here. Enjoy it any time of year. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. Great to see you all here and share this beautiful autumn view with you.